I have made 6 videos so far, and they have covered very specific topics. This video is going to be a really brief overview of everything that I have done the other videos on. So if you haven't seen any of the other videos, and as you hear the overview and you hear words like microclustering or pH or other ionizers, you can go to the other videos if you'd like to hear more information. The other thing we're going to do with the videos, which is my favorite part, is we are going to talk about all the uses of this water, all the ways I've used it over the years, and results that other people have had over the years. So let's begin. When talking about hydration, we learned that our bodies are 70% water. So it only makes sense that we want to give our bodies the very best water to do what our bodies were made to do. We need water that can get into every cell in our body, clean out the toxins, hydrate it, fill it with nutrients, and that is the foundation for health. You will hear a lot more about that if you go to the hydration video. Enagic started 35 years ago, and they perfected the technology that replicates water in areas of the world where people are long-lived and healthy. Now, when I refer to Kangen water, that is water that comes straight out of this Enagic machine. I am confident that this water is the very best water for hydrating our bodies and giving it what it needs to work as it was intended to. We all know doctors cannot heal our bodies. Only our bodies can heal themselves, and we can give our bodies what it needs to do that. Thousands of doctors in Japan and thousands more in America in the last 10 years, since this has become more popular in America, have gotten on board with Enagic and are convinced that this is foundational. There is a video called Let's Hear from the Doctors, where you can hear more specific examples and quotes and things like that. Let's go back. Why Kangen? The 3 components of the water, where the Hunza tribe is, the magnetic mountain in Japan, just to name a couple, is that the water was alkaline, it is antioxidant, and it was microclustered or structured. Now, when we talked about alkaline or pH, we talked about how our blood has to maintain a 7.365 pH. There's very little variance, or we would go comatose and die. So if we are continually consuming acidic foods and drinks, our bodies will have to pull from our bones, our teeth, our other organs in order to maintain that blood pH. So we want to be giving our bodies lots of alkaline foods and drinks so that our body doesn't have to work so hard to maintain that blood pH. You'll learn a lot more about that in the pH video. We also talked about antioxidants. There are so many oxidizing things in our lives. Stress is oxidizing. The air we breathe is oxidizing. Exercising is oxidizing and produces acids in our body. Drinks. We went over that and we looked at many different drinks, and we learned that lots of drinks are oxidizing. A 12-ounce glass of this ionized water has more antioxidants than all the organic fruits and vegetables you can consume in a day. This will give our body the antioxidants we need to be continually neutralizing free radicals in our body. You can learn more about that in the antioxidant video. Then we talked about microclustering, the most important thing. You can eat alkaline foods, you can eat antioxidant foods, but what good is consuming things that our body can't utilize? That's where structured water comes in. When you add 230 watts of electricity to the water in this machine, it breaks up the chaotically structured water of 20 to 100 molecules into a hexagonal shape of only 5 or 6 molecules. That means that as you're drinking this water, it is readily available to your body to permeate every cell membrane and be constantly bringing in the nutrients and flushing out the toxins. And there is more about that in the microclustering video. I have already said that the Enagic machine is a water ionizer. So to put that very simply, you have water that goes from the faucet through this hose, and then it goes into an electrolysis chamber. In that electrolysis chamber are 7 platinum-coated titanium plates, and they're polarized. So you are putting the water across these plates that are excellent conductors of electricity, and since the plates are polarized, you will have negative ions attracted to one side, positive ions attracted to the other side, thus splitting the water. Now, splitting the water means that you're going to have the acidic water coming out here, and you're going to have the alkaline water coming out here. Now, adding the energy to the water is also what is going to produce the antioxidant effects and the microclustering. Now, before it goes into the electrolysis chamber, it has a heavy-duty carbon filter that gets out all the nasties, keeps the good minerals. Enagic is the gold standard in the business. They've been around for 35 years. They make and put together all of their own parts. They are known for excellent customer service, excellent machines for years. They're certified as a medical manufacturing device in Japan. I spoke about Ron Hicks in a previous video. He's a renowned medical device inventor in the US, and when his wife brought home this machine and he looked at it, he said, "Are you sure that that machine is only $4,000? Please note, I do have a video on this called Other Ionizers. If you decide to search online and to look at different ionizers, you want to look for an ionizer that is putting out at least 230 watts of electricity, because those who say they use less electricity do, but you cannot produce this water unless you are putting a lot of energy, meaning electricity in this case, into the water. You also want to look for solid, pure plates, not mesh plates. So the titanium and platinum in these machines, 99.97% pure. Oftentimes, other ionizers, you will see alloys such as nickel and copper and aluminum in those plates to make them cheaper to produce. You can learn more about that on the Other Ionizers video. Now, let's get to the fun part. I want to talk about these waters and all the fun things that they do. Now, let's talk about the first one. You'll see here on the side is you press the button and it will give you 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different types of water. Now let's start with the neutral water. So right here we have clean water. That's just simply a filtered water that has a neutral 7.0 pH. You use that water for taking medicines, for making baby formula. Now it's really important to use clean water when taking medicines, because otherwise more of the medicine could absorb into your body than the pharmaceutical companies created that medicine to do. So that could be harmful. Then up top in the purple box, we have the 3 drinking waters. We've got 8.5, 9, and 9.5. When you first start drinking this water, you want to begin with 8.5. And the reason that is because when you have water that is actually permeating fully every cell in your body, it is going to start flushing toxins. And that could cause some side effects like headache, stomach discomfort, metallic taste in your mouth, digestive things like that. So you start at the 8.5, so the cleanse happens slowly. Now, if you are experiencing those detox symptoms, drinking the 8.5, keep going. Just keep drinking more in order to get those toxins flushed. Now, once you drink the water for a while, say a week, you don't have any symptoms or the symptoms have gone away, go ahead and move up to the 9.0 water. And then if you have symptoms with 9.0, go back down to the 8.5 till they subside. So you're slowly working yourself up, getting those toxins out of your body until you can be drinking the strongest water, Kangen water 9.5. Another neat thing about that is pets. Pets love Kangen water. Bees love Kangen water. Birds love Kangen water. If you put them side by side, the Kangen water will be preferred over regular tap waters. Now let's talk about beauty water. So right here, the yellow beauty water, it's a 6.0 pH. It's an excellent water for your skin. It's going to tone and tighten your skin. It's great to use after shaving. You can rinse your hair with it. If you have any sort of rashes or uncomfortable things going on with your skin, you spray the beauty water on it and let that dry. It also makes a great window and glass cleaner. Beauty water in a spray bottle, clean your mirrors, clean your windows. It really works great without any streaks, and smudges drive me crazy on mirrors. This stuff works great. Now, this water down here, the orange water, says strong acidic water. That makes two waters. It makes a high alkaline water out the top hose. That's 11.5. Now the 11.5 strong alkaline water, you can use it in your laundry to replace or reduce your laundry detergent. What I really love about 11.5 water is it is an anti-inflammatory. So sprains, it will help decrease the inflammation in sprains, arthritis, inflammatory sorts of things. You can wrap it around arthritic areas on your body and it will help decrease that inflammation. I grabbed a cast iron skillet out of the oven once without thinking and burned my hand, and I soaked it in 11.5 water. I had virtually no wound the next day. My husband was working outside one day without a shirt on, and the sun was strong and he was red as a lobster, and we soaked a towel in 11.5 and put it on his back, and his burn was resolved by the next day. You can clean fruits and vegetables with this water. Chicken pox. All of my kids had chicken pox, and the 11.5 water soaked in a rag on their back, rubbing it on their chicken pox, really helped to relieve the itch. It also dry up poison ivy. My mom fell down the stairs, her ankle swelled up. We put her foot in a bowl of 11.5 and the swelling went down and she was feeling just fine the next day. So I get really excited about these strong waters. The other water, so when you push strong acidic water, you've got 11.5 out this hose, and then out of this hose comes the 2.5 water. And that's where the magic is. So 2.5 water is called hypochlorous acid water. It was actually approved for disinfecting food products in the US back in 2002. So if you hear about a recall on vegetables because of E. coli, don't throw out your vegetables. Soak them in 2.5. In fact, all of your produce, you can soak it in 2.5 to kill any bacteria. Give it a quick soak in the 11.5 because of the super high antioxidant property that's going to have, and it will keep fresh way longer than normal. If you're one of those people who likes to buy that bag of greens that lasts a few days before it starts getting slimy, put it in the water first, put it back in a Ziploc bag. It will last you a good while. It really is amazing. Now, every single wound, 2.5 water. When we go out to the park or go on hikes or whatever, we're outside, I've got a spray bottle of 2.5 in my purse. So if you get a scratch, we spray some 2.5 water on it. I had a friend who had forgotten the allergy eye drops for her daughter. She got to a park birthday party and her eyes were just all red and puffy and itchy and uncomfortable. And we dropped 2.5 water in her eyes and she was good as new. So this is great to just always have on hand. When my son tripped and he hit his eye on the corner of the bench and blood was pouring out, first thing I said, 2.5 water on a rag on his face, help stop the bleeding, kill any bacteria, help avoid any infection. Our wounds don't get infected in our house. My husband, who works construction, will often come home with his hands just all nicked up and sore from the day, splinters and such. And he will lay in bed and he'll grab a little bowl of 2.5 water because his fingers are throbbing from the day. And he'll put his hands in there and he will, within a minute, it will calm down, the infection will go away, and his hands will feel good as new by the next day. And he says that having a machine that can make that water is worth the cost in and of itself. I have put this water in pink eye. I've had a sinus infection. My teeth started really hurting. I put 2.5 in a neti pot, and it cleared up that sinus infection by the next day. Strep throat, sore throat coming on, we gargle with 2.5. In fact, 2.5, you can use it as a mouthwash to kill bacteria and even whiten teeth a little bit. And then you just rinse with some normal water after that, normal Kangen water. I had a staph infection. I think it was a staph infection. I didn't end up needing to go to the doctor. But there was an infection on my face and it was spreading fast and it was really, really painful. And I put 2.5 water on that infection and it was gone by the next day. I had a friend over and she was bemoaning that she had to take her dog to the vet and spend $80 at the vet because her dog had some sort of eye infection and it was oozing. I gave her a cup of 2.5 to try, and within a couple days it was completely cleared up. She didn't even have to go to the vet. So that's the other thing I've spoken before that I love about having this machine. I can share it with anybody, and it really doesn't cost me anything to be able to share the water. We already have the resource, and so it's really great to share. When I'm cleaning my house or when my kids are, deep cleaner 11.5, toilets, countertops, floors. The 2.5 is the disinfectant, so if I want to spray it on my counters or my tables, you can soak your toothbrushes in it to disinfect your toothbrushes. Anywhere you want to disinfect, you spray the 2.5 on. I already told you about the window glass cleaner, beauty water, also any skin areas, you can use that. And then I keep this one in my purse. Now I have numerous accounts of people who have had really serious diseases and they have seen results in their bodies after drinking this water. Now I am not claiming that this is going to heal your diseases. All I'm saying is that when we give our body what it needs, it helps it to heal itself, which is what it was made to do. So I have numerous accounts of people who had pancreatic cancer, breast cancer, bladder cancer, skin cancer, who have drank this water and those things resolved in their bodies. There are accounts of people with gout, arthritis, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, kidney stones, especially kidney stones. The way this water is microclustered, it can get right into those kidney stones and break them up. And also being super hydrated is going to help kidney stones not form in the first place. If you want to hear more about people, if you have a specific situation in your life or in a friend's life and you want to hear about, have you seen this before? Do you know anybody who's dealt with this? Please let me know and I will do my best to connect you with all the information that you need. People will often be convinced about this water, but the $4,000 price tag can still be daunting to them. Now I understand because I was the one who was convinced that after going to the Magic water class, I was going to get a cheaper machine online. I'm so glad that I didn't. It turned out that we were refinancing our house at the time and we decided to just put that extra $4,000 on there. That's how we bought our machine. There are a couple really good options though. Enagic actually has its own financing program. So SD 501, this is their bestseller. This is the one that people get the results with. This is the one that doctors use that I've spoken about in other videos. So through Enagic, with a $380 deposit, you can make monthly payments, and there is no interest, but there's an installment fee of $10 a month. So if you want to pay it off within 3 payments, you pay an extra $30. If you want to pay it off within 24 payments, if you want to take 2 years to pay it off, that's $150 a month plus the $10 each month that you pay it off. So, and that doesn't mean you don't get the machine until you pay it off. You get the machine and then you make the payments. So another option is there is a credit card called City Simplicity that you can find online. They're a 12-month zero interest credit card. They also have a 21-month zero interest for balance transfers. The Molnar family, they were so excited when they got their machine that they itemized all their household savings. And I will post this along with this video. But when they looked at all of their household savings with all the different waters, it came to be $264 a month or $3,167 a year that they were saving by owning this machine. I am really passionate about everybody being as healthy as possible in every way. And when it comes to the health of our bodies, foundational to that health, I firmly believe, is giving our bodies the very best water, since our body is made up of mainly water. If you would like any more information, please contact me. I have a storehouse worth of it. And if you live nearby and would like to try this water, please don't hesitate to contact me. I am thrilled to share this water with you as much and for how long you would like this water. If you don't live near me but would like to try the water, please let me know too, because maybe I could find somebody to put you in contact with. It's typically understood among Enagic owners that we have something amazing, and we are thrilled to share it with anybody who would like to try it. So again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, and thanks so much for watching.